Okay, we're live again. Hmm. What's going on, guys? Coming back at you with a brand new live video, and today we're going to be talking about Mercedes. But before we get into that, I want to tell you guys about something absolutely hilarious that a hilarious situation that I encountered yesterday. It was quite comical. So I'm sitting at an intersection, and this guy to my left who's turning like this way, so I'm going this way, and the dude's coming this way at me, turning down the opposite direction of the street, and he starts honking his horn. I'm like, what's this dude honking at? And I see there's a police officer to the right of me on the other road going this way, and I'm going this way, and he's like turning right or something, and this dude's turning this way. He starts honking his horn, opens up his window, flips out his middle finger at the police officer. I'm like, what is going on there? This guy is going to be arrested immediately. But he starts laughing, and I look over at the police officer, and he rolls down his window and starts cracking up too. So I'm like, okay, these guys are clearly buddies. But it was just so hilarious because when are you going to see some pedestrian, what it looks like, flipping off a police officer? I mean, I flipped off a Easton security guard before when they were escorting me out of the facility, driving behind me, being weird. But we've since gone past that, we've shaken hands, and we're all good over there. But that was absolutely hilarious. But today we are going to be talking about Mercedes, and specifically the designs that just all the designs that they've been coming out with lately, and they've just been absolutely horrendous. Do you think they've been horrendous? I think they've been horrendous. And what really has triggered me to talk about this, I wasn't going to talk about a couple of the designs that I felt have been absolutely ugly, but it's this right here. Uh, the Maybach SUV. Now, that rendering makes it look alright, but we're going to be talking about Mercedes. I love Mercedes. I am a massive Mercedes fan. I've driven several of the AMG models: S63 AMG, G63 AMG, GLE Coupe 63S, SL550 White Arrow, and maybe a couple others. Absolutely loved them. I think Mercedes cars are a dream, and their luxury and what they're doing on the interiors are bar none the best in the industry. BMW's catching up, Audi is catching up too, but I still think Mercedes is on top when it comes to luxury and when it comes to, their Maybachs. But the exterior design is just so incredibly ugly, and it's hilarious. And the reason why I'm bringing this up is Lamborghini KS, he made a post the other day just ranting about this. I mean, the front end doesn't look too bad, but once you get to that split window in the back, it is by far the ugliest car I've ever seen. And look, take a look at the wheels. It looks like they were inspired off of their turbos, like the little fan that is in the turbo. That's exactly what these wheels look like. Look at that. Oh God. Oh, that's hilarious. Oh, my dog's barking. But yeah, I think it's an ugly car, and I'll bring up some of the other cars that I think are just absolutely ugly. The AMG Project One. What is that? It looks like a catfish. Yeah, that is an absolutely horrible car. And the funny thing is I was scrolling through Instagram. I was like, okay, let's take a look at this. I hit the comments, and the first comment that I see is from Mercedes chief designer. And he says, oh, that's my absolute dream car. Their chief designer talking about his own design on the car. I mean, look at this thing. I love Mercedes, but that is just awful. Look at that end. And another model that I feel that they screwed up on is the new G-Wagon. It looks horrible. It's super feminine. There's a bunch of soft lines. It's not carrying over that same militaristic design. I mean, it's still a G-Wagon, but the front end and the headlights and all of that stuff, off, horrible. I don't even know what is going on, but this is what we're stuck with Maybach. And I've always been absolutely offended by the chrome wheels that they've thrown on all of these Maybachs. They're just ugly, and everybody that I've seen has different wheels on them, like 4G Autos or something other that's even equally as disgusting. But Yeah, I just think Mercedes needs to reevaluate some of the things that they're designing. I mean, remember that previous concept, the four-door like AMG shooting brake whatever thing? That was ugly. That was super ugly. I mean, the wheels were like gold or something like that, but I'm just not happy with Mercedes on this one because all these brands are coming out with their high end SUVs. You got the Bentayga, you got the Urus, you got the Cullinan coming out, and then you have, you know, Audi and BMW trying to compete in there. You know, the X5M, it's pretty nice, but it's definitely not gonna, you know, meet the interior of the Maybachs or anything like that. But we're still seeing like the M8 come out, these super luxury Grand Tour cars from these companies trying to compete with each other. But Mercedes, on interior aspects, it's going to be top notch. Like, I haven't seen the interior of this new Maybach, but I'm pretty sure it's going to be absolutely delicious and incredible. Like, nothing to sneeze at. But the exterior, oh my God. Why? Why Mercedes? That back end just looks, um, I'm just looking at it right now. And I just don't know what to say because just the stance of it is even weird. I don't know, but when you take a look at KS's comment, it's hilarious. Like just like there shouldn't be bad angles of car if you're talking like luxury and you know how beautiful it is and what's going on. Like that's my thing with like going to a restaurant. There shouldn't be a bad item on the menu. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? But there's always going to be a bad item on the menu for anything. Cars, you know. Just kill it. But and this also ties into over to the hypercar conversation. Um I don't think looks matter that much when we're talking about hypercars, but they also, I think they matter the most when it comes into making the decision because all of the performance specs are equal across the brands. You know, let's be honest, you know, once you hit a certain number, you're getting the same performance out of everything. So what comes down to making a purchase for me, what thinks it needs to die step on it. Looks like it does. It does. It looks like it has an exoskeleton on it. No, but what I was saying about hypercars, when I think a purchasing decision comes in, I think it's all about looks and all about how it sounds and all about the theater because the performance and what it's going to do on the track, they're all, you know, similar across, you know, the board. They're all equal. But when it comes to luxury, everything needs to be on point. The looks of the exterior, the interior, obviously, how it rides, you know, all that stuff matters. You know, speed doesn't matter. The only thing that matters is the performance and if it's able to gracefully, you know, carry you across the road and, you know, just be smooth. Have a smooth transmission, smooth power delivery, and, you know, the transmission really comes into how that power is delivered through those gears and all that. But yeah, Mercedes, they need to reevaluate their design team. A few people need to be fired. A few more people need to be hired. But it is just horrendous. Absolutely horrendous. Comment below if you guys have a few models that you think are absolutely disgusting from Mercedes. I think the GLC 300 is horrible from the back end, but I do love the new AMG variant, the 63 version of that GLC. Is that what it is? GLC? Yeah, GLC. But yeah, that's all I wanted to hop on here and say. I'm just horrified by this car. I think it's ugly, and I think Mercedes needs help. Serious help. I mean, I get it's super luxury and it's supposed to be different. Um, is this a concept? I don't think it is. I think these are going to be on the road, but it looks like a concept, and you know things could be, you know, smoothed around and they look. But their whole thing about this is that there are no sharp edges on the car. It's all, you know, smooth and beautiful, graceful like a woman or something like that. But we do need sharp edges and, you know, nice flowing curves. This just looks like it looks like a bubble. We're gonna be all flying around and like circular bubbles, like that one TV show. Uh, I forget. It's too old. But yeah. Do you guys like this car? What is it going to be like $400,000, half a million? If it comes out, the Cullinan's going to be easily $600,000. I mean, the Phantoms are what, like 550? Just ridiculous pricing. Um, but if you look at the comments, the front side is not that bad. The grill is, you know, shiny, the wheels are shiny, but the back end is just gross. But there are mixed reviews. Some people do like it. Let me actually go over to this. Needs tweaking. It does need some tweaking. I feel like with a little bit of tweaking, it could look amazing or beautiful. Um, but I think those are just the super hardcore Mercedes fanboys that are commenting that. Like, I'm a huge Mercedes fanboy, but real, recognize real, that is ugly. I'm not just gonna be like, oh, it's my favorite brand. All the cars that they make are absolutely incredible. No, these companies, they slide through, and you know, they have hitches, and they're gonna screw up. They're gonna have disgusting cars. Mercedes can do no wrong right now. They have a lot of beautiful designs. I don't like the potential Maybach SUV. Not awful. I think it's awful. But you know, yeah, and like I was thinking about this also. You know, beauty is in the eyes of the beholder. But I believe that in some cases, but there are standards of beauty also. You know what I'm saying? Like, yes, you can go out and say, oh, yeah, I think that's beautiful. It's my own personal opinion, but I do think there are certain standards of beauty that can be met, and there are certain things that are ugly that make things ugly, and there are a lot of ugly things on that car. But this is just a little rant about Mercedes. You know, the AMG Project one I feel has been a failure in design aspects, but it's super fast and, you know, whatever, it's a hypercar. The new G-Wagon is super ugly. I don't, it's horrible. I love that four-door AMG, the AMG GTR. I think that's absolutely incredible. That looks beautiful. I would have one, and that's stealth gray. But these three cars right now, they're at the top of my list for ugliest cars ever designed. G-Wagon not so much, it's just kind of disappointing, but the AMG Project one and this, and the wheels that they put on the other Maybach models are super ugly. So yeah, that's all I wanted to talk about today. I hope you enjoy this video, me being mad at Mercedes. I still love you guys, I do, but this design is questionable. That's all I'm saying. I love Mercedes though. Alright guys, I'm going to end this live stream, and I will catch you in the next video. I think I'm just going to put like a supercar compilation together. I have so much content that I've been, you know, storing up of supercars that I've seen on the road and parked up. So I'm going to put something together, compiled across the past couple months, because I've just been hoarding content, and I'm just putting together big things on here. But I'm going to put together a compilation video of all the cars that I have been seeing. I'm going to go spotting today. It's super nice. It's like 70 degrees or 65 or something like that. Beautiful day in Ohio. The overcast clouds cleared, and it is starting to heat up, so I'm excited about that. No more cold weather. But I'm going to let you guys go, and I'll catch you in the next video or live stream.